think when you first got the call to come over here from over there?
Yeah, I mean, beyond excited to be here. Obviously, for me, just being brand new here, first impression of every person in this building, every day's been incredible people, from the head coach top down to every person that I've interacted with. It's been an extremely positive experience for me, and having working here now for Coach Klein, who's one of the greatest players here of all time, to be able to be a part of his program is a huge honor for me. It's a very humbling experience because I know how personal this is for him. So really just humbled, flattered, and excited to be here.
Tell us about your approach to recruiting within the state and how important it is to keep talent home.
Exactly right. From the top down, really our philosophy is to keep the local kids local here, recruit the best talent within the state, keep that talent here locked down, and then really painting a 7 to 8 hour radius around campus and doing a great job building relationships with those people, prioritizing those people, and keeping them here. It's something that is extremely valued from our head coach all the way down to our position coaches, and that's something we're going to fight really hard to do here.
What's the recruiting pitch now that you recruited against K-State for a few years? Now you're trying to get them to come to K-State. What is the recruiting pitch like?
Well, I think inherently, just through the success that this program has had for a number of years, just being transparent with you, there's always been a K-State lean within the state of people growing up being K-State fans. So really just having an opportunity to be a part of that tradition, a part of that history, and then continuing that here at a high level, and really something that coach is really big on is being the new old school, because college football, even though it's evolved a ton, really at the end of the day on Saturdays, it's all about those old school values that help you compete, help you win football games, about toughness, grit, accountability, and competitiveness. I think for us, that's a huge piece of it, and finding players that fit that mold is going to be extremely important for us.
This day and age, what kind of hours do you have to pull for this job?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably be disgusted if I looked at a timesheet and because you're really always on the clock, and just through relationship building, it doesn't matter if it's a dead period, if recruits are on or off campus, we're constantly working to out-evaluate people, out-build relationships with people. That's a competitive edge that we're really big on. So at any point in time, you could be reaching out to recruits, they could be hitting you back, and it's really just an around-the-clock job, recruiting multiple classes at once. It's really never-ending. And for us, we're really big on building relationships with recruits' families. At the end of the day, that's what it's going to come down to a lot of times, is how strong is your relationship with that recruit.
It's obvious that Taylor's still helping out, just maybe in a new role. What are his new responsibilities with you guys?
Yeah, Taylor's amazing. I've absolutely loved working with him. You don't get to stay at a place as long as he has if you're not A, great at your job, or B, a great person. He's both of those things through and through. He's been incredibly welcoming to me. He's around the clock, the same guy, going to continue to do exactly what he does, which is be one of the best recruiters in the entire country. I've been jokingly calling him a cheat code, because he walks in any room, whether it's a high school coach or a recruit or their family, he has an instant ability to connect with those people. He's extremely well respected across the state and nationally. So he's going to continue recruiting and doing all those things. And then, in the meantime, he's been a guy that's been at two places at once while he's out on the road. He's also been a part of a large part of organizing a lot of those things. So hopefully I can help assist him with those things and keep him being great at what he does, which is being an invaluable asset to the staff. There's very few. He's probably the only one that exists in college football that has been a part of so many different staffs and been so connected for so long. So that's why I jokingly call him the cheat code, because he's amazing, and genuinely really enjoyable to be around all the time. He's awesome.
Do you help at all with the transfer classes, or are you just strictly high school?
Just due to the nature of when I got in, I wasn't very involved with this last transfer class, but really the whole recruiting staff is going to be all hands on deck with that and within the volume that the transfer portal entails. So I will be involved going forward and have been in the past. That's been a part of something that I've always done and enjoyed doing, but we'll also be heavily involved with high school recruiting as well.
When you look at kids and look at K-State, and there's always going to be a fit there, right? What are you looking for in kids? What maybe makes a K-State football player?
Yeah, absolutely. So kind of what we were talking about before, at the end of the day, you know, college football recruiting has changed so much. I think one of the first things that it really sticks out to me is how escalated it is, how quickly it happens. So really, because of that, you have to identify early on the mental makeup of those kids, of what you're looking for, and you really have to be thorough in doing background on those prospects and recruits and getting to know them throughout that process. And it's really one of those things when a recruit comes to your campus, that recruit is evaluating your school and looking at your school of, is this a place that can be home for me? But at the same time, you're getting to know them and you're evaluating them, and throughout that process, like, is it when this kid comes and visits and they're watching a workout, they're watching practice, are they locked in? Do they love football? At the end of the day, you're looking for guys that are tough, guys that know how to overcome adversity, guys that love football, because those are the guys that really separate themselves over time as people that are going to last and do a great job and continue to be great players. Because, you know, as you all know, a lot of high school athletes are without a doubt the best player on their high school program. Some guys have to work really hard at it, some guys don't. And what is the learning curve going to be like when they get to college, and can they maintain that work ethic throughout that experience? Because at the end of the day, we're really building our program based off of those types of guys.
Well, dummy like me, what's the talent level look like across the state of Kansas these days?
Just having been here the last 5 years, going on my 6th year, it's great. It's great football, and you don't have to go very far to find great players. That's a huge asset for us here. And then, like, just overall, you guys have seen some of the biggest names come through the last 3 years nationally right here in our backyard. So it's a huge priority for us to do a great job of identifying those people early and being able to recruit them at a high level.
How many times have you had to spell your name for someone in your life?
All the time, and we'll continue to have to do so, and how to say it as well.
Yeah.
That's what everybody calls me for that reason, and it's one of those things where, like, that's been my nickname because of that. Because it's like, how do you say your name? Svarczkopf. Oh, like the general. Yeah, exactly right.